Hey everyone, happy Sunday. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you had a good spring equinox and let's get ready for the week ahead. So, the topic that I wanted to talk about with you this evening is surrendering outcomes. And this is really critical in the soul purpose journey, but in just the journey of life. Because when we are so fixated and attached to a certain outcome that we need to receive things in a certain way, or that, we need, a destination, following up on what we talked about last week, to look like this, that we need to arrive somewhere. When we are fixated and attached to kind of any outcome anchored to a specific desire, what we're basically saying to the universe through this kind of attachment and needing it to be this way, it's coming from a place of fear. We're basically saying, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this. Or we're saying, I'm never going to get this, I'm never going to get this. Because what the universe is reading is the energy that you have attached around that, not the specific thought per se. The thought is energy, right? So when you are attached and you need things to be a certain way, if you really deep down, the energy that attached to that is fear. And you're basically saying, I don't trust the universe. Right? So, and when you're in that kind of a state, what happens is you don't manifest that thing that you really want because you have all this damn fear attached to it. Attachment to outcome, needing things to be a certain way, needing to control is saying, I don't trust because I don't believe I really have this and I don't believe I'm ever going to get this. And that is the message the universe is receiving. And the universe always returns to you what you're putting out. So you kind of get more of not having that. You get more of lack and limitation. And so the highest thing you can do is to, just trust and surrender. Surrender being a practice, which I'll talk about in a second. And I'm not saying don't have a vision, but you have to surrender whether or not it will happen or not. You can have a vision for your life. You can have an intention of something that you'd like to manifest or create in your life, but you cannot hold on to it. Through holding on to it from a place of fear, you are basically saying, I don't have this, or I'm not going to get this. And the universe gives in return what you're putting out. So surrendering in trust and being open to receiving the highest good, the highest light, whether it's that or something better or nothing at all, you might even just kind of leave it there, is really, really critical to your happiness and, to manifesting the highest that's possible for you. So surrender the outcomes. Don't be attached to outcomes. Don't try to control them. Yes, you can have dreams, but surrender whether or not they will happen. That's the key. And being detached from that. And so how do you practice that? Because surrender is not something like you achieve per se. You can have moments of it, but it's a really hard soul lesson that, once you achieve that, you'll probably stop coming here. So instead, just have the goal of practicing surrender, not necessarily doing surrender, but practicing it. And so I have 3 practices for you. And the first is very simple, and it's just having a daily practice of surrender via, prayer or affirmation. And, that can be as simple as, universe, I surrender my entire day to you, show me the way, guide the way. Any attachment to outcomes that I have, any fear I have attached to things that I think I want because I, or need, I offer these to you, I surrender to you. Any kind of prayer affirmation practice that works for you, and just being consistent about that on a daily basis. The second practice, and this one is really good, it's like a visual reset exercise. So when you feel you're in that mode of control, quite frankly, on anything, it doesn't just have to be things about that you want per se, but when you're in that controlling energy period, notice and pause and see yourself almost like in a boat that's like swimming upstream and paddling. Like feel the energy of that. Visualize that. And then what you want to do is just reset, let the boat spin around, and just picture yourself going downstream, maybe over a waterfall with no oars, and just the freedom of it. And as a way to kind of visually and energetically connect to just going with the divine flow of the universe wherever it takes you. So that can be a really powerful visualization exercise to kind of practice surrender in the moment, especially when you notice you're in control. Okay. And then the third, and this is to go deeper, if you keep having repeating patterns of control over specific areas, maybe it is tied to soul purpose and you're really addicted to a destination you want to arrive at, tied to some outcome, much of like we talked about last week in Sunday Night Soul Time. What you do want to explore is you want to go deeper. And so you want to ask, like, what am I really afraid of if I let go? What is it I'm really afraid of? And you want to go down to the root causes and understand the deepest layers of fears you can get to. And then what you really want to do is work on releasing those and surrendering those. And just through that awareness into the root fears that are driving it all, you start to surrender some of it. Things have power over you when they're vague. When you shine a light on them with full transparency and understanding, they naturally start to dissipate. So those are the three things. Again, a daily practice of some kind of surrender prayer that works for you. Call out the specific outcomes you're looking to surrender. This visual reset, where when you're feeling in the controlling energy, you kind of visualize and see yourself on the boat going upstream, like struggling. And then you just pause and you let it flip around and just go and like feel into the energy and the freedom of that. And third is to get deeper into the root causes, like really understand, what am I really afraid of here by letting go? And you keep asking what if until you get to the deepest, darkest part of it. And then that's where the freedom comes, when you shine a light on that. So that's it. I hope this helps you. Have a beautiful week again, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.